we got to discuss something involving Randy Orton, the Viper. If you've been living under a rock, the WWE just came back from France. They had Backlash. It was a movie. And it's just something that I want to highlight. Obviously, salute to the France crowd. If you have, professional wrestling, especially WWE, in your heart and soul, you had to been, moved at the crowd reaction. It had to give you some kind of chills, goosebumps, whatever you want to call it, because that's really what pro wrestling is all about. What we seen, and I love what the reception that Randy Orton got. I thought that obviously everybody, where you go from Jay um, to Cody, AJ, but the reception that Randy got to me was just very telling, man. And I'm challenging US crowds. You know, this should be the norm for Randy Orton. You understand? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna say that we should be embarrassed, anything like that, but for obviously another country, if you know obviously the history of Randy, coming in, we all know third generation, his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, we all know he came in, Evolution, I mean, Intercontinental Champion, WrestleMania 20, the list goes on, to everything that he did. Going up with the streak, obviously he lost against Undertaker. All his rivalries with Cena, CM Punk, the list goes on. Triple H. Um, and like I said, I just think that they could appreciate all of it. You understand, to where he is today. And I think that sometimes here, we watched everything, watch him grow, and sometimes we don't appreciate everything. We get caught up in the heel face situation. You understand? Every time Randy Orton comes to the ring, I'm telling you, he needs to be celebrated the way he was celebrated in France. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the new norm for Randy Orton when he comes out, that the crowd sings voices. You understand? And obviously that song is very pumping. You seen Randy, you seen the adrenaline just moving. You understand? And the crowd just added another layer. Give credit to Kevin Owens as well. Just able to sit back there and appreciate, give him his appreciation. If he came back obviously at War Games, Survivor Series, but there was another person who came back at War Games and Survivor Series that eclipsed. I know people like to and they've acknowledged it as well. And give credit to CM Punk, because he's been a class act with the whole situation. And even Randy said when CM Punk came back that it kind of ticked him off a little bit. Not that he came back, but at the time that he was coming back, because it felt like obviously it was stepping on his return. But now of course in hindsight you could appreciate both returns, but in the moment he acknowledged that he wasn't happy. Triple H said it real quickly, and it was just, business is business. But at the end of the day, I think that this was good for Randy. Obviously he gets celebrated, but to this level, I think it was a whole nother situation. What he's doing obviously with the bloodline, he's in a feud. We don't know what's up with Roman, but what he's doing for these new guys that they got coming in from New Japan, Solo is just like I said, is just going to be obviously one of the main guys. I think is going to rise from this. And obviously we all know Randy, multi-time champion. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up back in the WWE championship picture, because especially with CM Punk coming back, Cody. I think that there's some things that you can interject him in with, but give credit to what he's doing right now. But I just think that he just needs to be celebrated more. We all seen, I wouldn't be surprised if some of the things carried over. Really with Randy, just with his song being sung out to the ring, like, because that has never been done. Even here, nobody sings Randy songs to the ring. And just to see, like, it was to the point where the crowd had him so pumped. Did you see when he got up on? I forgot what happened. Kevin Owens had jumped from the crowd or whatever, off the barricade, if I'm not mistaken. and Randy got on the barricade, and he kind of, pump faked with the crowd like he was gonna jump, and he didn't. And I thought that was pretty entertaining in my humble opinion. But to be honest with you, man, Randy should be celebrated. I just want to continue to act. And y'all get in the comment section as well and let me know what's your thoughts on this situation involving Randy Orton. Obviously, one of the most devastating finishes with the RKO. This man has been around forever. You talk about this guy had what, he had a fusion or something like that. He had a operation that could have took him out. And look what happened. He came back, and he don't get enough credit. I'm telling you, he don't get enough credit. I remember WrestleMania 30, and like I said, this entrance by Randy don't get enough credit, because around this time, obviously, he was a heel, and it was the whole Daniel Bryan saga, So you like, you didn't appreciate that run that he was on. When he went into WrestleMania 30 with Batista, which obviously the crowd didn't like, the fans didn't, when they had to throw Bryan in there. That's cool. We've seen things like that happen before, even in modern times. That shows you that the WWE is willing to maneuver, you know, to um to basically what the crowd wants. We have a voice. That's some things. That's one thing about pro wrestling and the WWE, from other sports. The fans truly have a voice. They may have the voice. Just keeping it all the way 1,000 with you. But like I said, I think that obviously you see something like this, you automatically think, oh man, they should do a WrestleMania out there in France. That wouldn't be a bad thing. I do think that more things do need to happen. I think they deserve it. The way the crowd was. So I think that, and that might not just be for France. That could be everywhere in terms of just in these countries that they don't really frequent much. And like I said, that was backlash. I can only imagine if they put on some bigger matches than they did. They got injuries. They got guys out. It was no Roman. They could have really blew the doors off the hinges. They blew the doors off the hinges, and they really didn't pull out all the stops. No Seth, no CM, no Roman. The list goes on. So WWE's got some heavy hitters. They on the shelf right now. But like I said, things are gonna pop off. But I will tell you, man, I just don't like Randy to get caught up and lost in the shuffle here. He's a legend. He's a walking Hall of Famer. And the way he was celebrated in France, I repeat, that needs to be the norm in the United States. I'm gonna leave it at that. Make sure you hit the like button if you want to need more WWE content. If you love this video, make sure you subscribe. If you feel what I'm saying, it's Flight Sports. Peace and